Well, hello again. Here I am. Now, uh, today, what I am going to do is to show you my next plan. Um, this plan works with TOEFL. In our school, we have this subject, which is teaching or preparing the students for the TOEFL exam, the IBT TOEFL exam that they take in their senior year. And even though they take in their senior year, they are prepared ahead. In the school, they begin with the basic things, a basic booklet that they have. So they begin in eighth grade, eighth, ninth, and 10th. They have a basic booklet that was decomposed from a big book from TOEFL with all the permissions and everything. But then in the high school area, talking about sophomore, junior, and senior years, they have the IBT, the North Star, the IBT TOEFL North Star books, and each book has, I think that it has 7 units that um, develop the four skills. Each unit practices and develops the four skills. And so what they were learning at this point is about stereotypes. It was a very interesting plan as I developed, because when I read the title before going into the planning itself, and before going into the other pages, checking the other pages from the book, I realized that I when I read to myself the word stereotype, two things came to my mind right away, which was when you see nowadays a Venezuela person or a Colombian person, you start thinking not in a very positive way. Um, also, also when you see a beggar, or when you see um, a fat person, those are some stereotypes that immediately bring some information to your mind. But the kind of stereotype that we're talking about here in TOEFL, dealing with TOEFL, is about students from other countries studying in American universities, going to American colleges or universities. And so when North American people, when people from North America go to the university and see people that have Latin resemblance, they say, oh, their English not so good. And they don't know that we can learn really good. The way we speak English and even our accent can be really good or different from some other people. Okay, so they have a certain stereotype on us. Okay, so the lesson, the unit itself, takes about 2 weeks for them to cover it, with a 3 hour period during a week. So it takes about six hours to cover the complete unit. So I was asked to work with the first part, which is vocabulary. Now, for the vocabulary build up, I chose, the very first thing I chose was uh, a video about stereotype. Okay, so students could at the beginning tell me what stereotype meant for them, and then um, like kind of nail it down through a video, so they can realize that there are different ways of looking at stereotype, and then conducting them towards the stereotyping North American students make inside colleges and universities. For this, we watched a video. Here is part of a video. Okay. Um, where are you from, of course, and then right after they talk or the way they look, because sometimes some North American people can look like Latin people because of their ancestors, and they don't have any accent at all. But before they even speak, they are stereotyped by saying, "Oh, you're not from here. Maybe you're from Mexico," because for North American people, that's all they know or come to their mind: Mexico or what Guatemala. Anyway, so then after watching the video, maybe now they are able to give some more different examples about stereotyping, right? To continue with, after talking about the stereotyping, we are going to proceed working with the new vocabulary that the unit presents for this purpose. And for this activity, I am going to talk to them and I am going to tell them to show me their dictionaries. Of course, some of them do not have a physical dictionary anymore. They do not, sometimes they think that they don't need it anymore because they have everything inside their cell phones or everything inside their computers. And I am going to talk to them about the fact that the dictionary is the best friend for us because we do not know everything, not in our language, not in another language, not because I am an English teacher, I know everything in English, because there are some words, of course, that we do not commonly use all the time. So then it's when our good friends dictionary come in handy. But for this time, I am not really going to work with a physical dictionary, but I am going to show them that there is an alternative, that the computer and the internet is not only used for having fun and playing, but for other purposes like searching for the meaning of new words. Now, I personally think that this page, wordreference.com, which works with Reverso also, is a very nice page. It's a very friendly page that shows them the meaning of the words in English, the definition, or the meaning in Spanish, synonyms, or the meaning even in other languages if they need or are learning another language, or if they want to have fun and play. Another thing is that once you insert the word, you can access to the pronunciation of the word, which is really interesting because sometimes they do not believe me the way I pronounce. So I say, go and check it. It's good that you don't believe everything. So just go and check. And so they can check for the pronunciation in British English, American English, Australian English, Canadian English, New Zealand English, so they can check it in different, with different accents, with different ways of they're going to be doing in this class. It is going to take us, there are around 12 words they need to learn. So it's going to take 45 minutes to work with the meaning. They are trying to understand the meaning because in some cases are not understand. So if you need to go ahead and use our native English, our native language. It's not a big deal about that either, because sometimes when we don't really get the phrase for them work, which is about words that they need to learn. And what we will be doing when the meaning, because some words have different meanings according to the context that they are being used in. So in the first part, in the first side, we have sentences, okay? And in the second part, I don't know if it's easy to see right here. And in the second part, we have meanings of the words. So what they need to do, what they will need to do here is that they will need to read go ahead and read the sentence, read each sentence, and then they will have to find out the meaning through context. Now, it's going to be easier for them to, in advance, know the meaning, but of course, here the meaning is going to be different because it's a phrase. It's not just a single word, but it's a phrase that talks about the meaning, the way the word is being used inside the sentence. So that will help them to understand in a different way how we can access to meanings, that it's not only a matter of looking at the word in the dictionary, but finding it through context, because when they are taking the real exam, they are not going to be able to have a physical dictionary, and not even their cell phones or the computer itself to work for to look for meanings. So that is something that they have to realize and understand, so they can start practicing and using their critical thinking and their reasoning to find out the meaning of some words through context. So we will be, as a guided practice, we will be working with the first sentence together, um, to see how the activity works. Although I always teach them and I always show them that they should um, try to read the instructions, and reading means understanding the instructions. And once they understand, they can, the second part is they can do what the exercise says. That is something, a successful way of developing an exercise. And then they will be working in class. They will be doing it in class. They will be completing the exercise. And at last, as an assessment, we will check. We will check if the exercise was done correctly. And to review, as I close, while we're checking, I will be reinforcing the fact that there's a way to learn the meaning of the words, which is through a dictionary, or maybe if they don't have a dictionary on hand with them, they can find out most of the meaning of the words through context by reading the sentences and try to defining what the sentence is talking about. So that will help them a lot when they take this exam, to realize that there are no extra materials to use, but that they can do it because they can do some critical thinking, they can do some analyzing, and they can get to the meaning through the information they have around. This is all for today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.